Beck is, of course, going to take this Muslim angle, and he's going to twist it to, is the president Muslim or is he not? I don't know. We're asking questions. Let's ask questions. Clip number 2.
See, I had this crazy belief that this was a Judeo-Christian nation.
Well,
that
you were wrong.
doesn't discriminate. If you want to build a mosque, I have no problem with you building a mosque.
Yes, you do.
Unless we can't track the money down and you have been tied to Sharia law and terrorist organizations.
Like your boss, Prince
It's tough
Alawid
to
bin
tell by the
Talal.
words and actions of our president now. What are we as a nation? Here he is at the inauguration.
We are a nation of Christians and Muslims, Jews and Hindus, and non-believers.
That's never been said before. I don't think that's ever been said before by the President of the United States. In that order.
In that order.
He needlessly throws his hat into the ring to defend the Ground Zero Mosque. He hosts Ramadan dinners, which President can do. But then you just add all of this stuff up. His wife goes against the advice of the advisors, jets to Spain for a vacation. What does she do there? She hits up the Alhambra Palace Mosque. Fine, it's a tourist attraction. But is there anything more to this? Are they sending messages? I don't know.
I don't know, because I'm making things up.
Yeah.
So I don't know where it comes from. Are they sending a message by going to the most famous palace in that city when they go, no, they're tourists. They went to the most famous place in that town. Of course they did.
They went to
What
Spain.
message are they sending?
What's the message? What's the message we're sending? And by the way, to get back to, I don't know how many people have made this point, probably you, but relating to the mosque, because Glenn Beck in his infinite wisdom just brought it up. You know, here's why everyone should be in favor of the mosque. Because you love your children. Now, do you want a world of your children to live in peace?
I do.
You have a son. Would you like him to live in peace?
Definitely.
Probably a lot. Our enemies now, the people who pose the greatest threat to us right now, what part of the world do they live in?
Well, Glenn Beck lives in Manhattan or Connecticut.
The foreigners who pose the
Right. Let's say the Middle East.
And those are mainly comprised of people of what faith?
Let's say Islam.
So it would seem to me that because if you really take it that because they're talking about whether this offends the 9/11 families, assuming that you don't actually believe that this is going to be a terrorist center. I mean, if you believe it's going to be a terrorist center, then I can't engage in a conversation, right? But if you believe that it's going to be that it's just offensive, this is an opportunity. The whole point of what we're trying to do here, during the Bush administration, what they were trying to do when they invaded Iraq was form deals with moderate Muslims. This was the idea. This is how we'd get peace. We'd make a plan with Ahmed Chalabi, and then with Karzai in Afghanistan. We would find reasonable Muslim partners so that we could foster a degree of friendship that would then lead to peace by working with Muslims. This is the point. The idea is this kind of thing works. This is what you should be in favor of because you love your children and you don't want them to have to go fight in a war in a part of the world where most concentration of people exist who hate us.
Let me buttress that point. That's the same reason why President Bush did Ramadan dinners,
Yes.
just like President Obama. That's the same reason President Bush came out after 9/11 said Islam is a religion of peace and that this is an aberration. These are exceptions. These are not the rules, because he wanted to reach out.
I don't believe that has ever been said before.
It has never been said in that order.
In that order.
Okay. And then, Frank Rich made a very similar point in the New York Times, where he said, look, you're hurting General Petraeus. He's trying to win in Afghanistan. You know who our partners in Afghanistan are? Muslims. Okay? So, and then, finally, what is with the order? What's the order? Jan and I were trying to figure it out. I think it's that he's like Christians, and it should be Jews next.
Right.
Christians, Muslims, Jews, Hindus, non-believers. Never said in that order. Okay, so we got one more. Let's squeeze another Beck one for you guys. Clip number 3.
The American people continue to reject the policies and ideology of Barack Obama in larger and larger number, and the media continues to belittle anyone who has that opinion. The more we learn of President Obama, the less we like what we see. For every poll that shows American people growing confusion over his background or his muddled spirituality or his loyalties or his policies, the mainstream press shifts into high gear to assign evil motivations like racism or bigotry, or they just write them off as stupid. Well, we've been trying to dig a little deeper, knowing that there are legitimate concerns that are totally being ignored. There are also stupid, bigoted people in America. That, I believe, is the minority. We pointed out it last night. We showed you last night. There are ample statements from the president to cause Christians to pause. We've showed a few of those statements on several occasions. We have said unequivocally that he has said, unequivocally, that we are not a Christian nation. There's one.
We are a nation of Christians and Muslims, Jews and Hindus, and non-believers.
Okay. Never been said before of the president in that order. He also mocked the Bible.
When did he mock the Bible? This guy makes
When did he
stuff
say
up.
we're not a Christian nation?
No, he's saying it is implied that if
Yeah,
you
no,
say
I'm
we're
saying,
a nation of Christians and Jews and Muslims and Hindus, in that order, that we're not a Christian nation. But we're not. There are Jews and Hindus that live here, and Muslims and non-believers.
Barely.
Okay, but this is what happens. This is why people think Obama's a Muslim. Because he says muddled faith, his questionable loyalties.
Questionable loyalties, muddled faith.
No, they just make it
No,
up.
he just makes it up. He's why. That's why. That's why people believe it, and that's why it's deceitful, manipulative, and yes, ignorant.
Ignorant.